I think it was a great soul-searching time, and you really figure out who you are, what your team stands for, and what you want to be. And so I think the culture of what we are coming out of this has made us very much stronger and more focused, and I think is going to make us a better management team as we go forward.
I'm here today with Rob Hayes, President and CEO of Ashford Hospitality Trust. 2 years after the start of the pandemic, how are hotel and occupancy rates performing for Ashford so far this year?
Well, it's been a tale of two parts of the year. The beginning of the year was quite difficult with the Omicron variant. So at the beginning of the year, we were seeing occupancy levels somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 25 to 35% down from 2019 levels. But the last 2 months have been really strong, where occupancy is almost all the way back to where it was in 2019, and rates are, call it, maybe 5% up for the year. So it's coming back very, very quickly on the heels of Omicron.
Is Ashford looking ahead to any acquisitions in 2022?
Absolutely. So we're looking at a variety of opportunities. Most of them are probably in markets where are probably a little out of favor now, maybe northern markets, business travel markets, maybe even group markets. Everyone's been really focused on the recovery in leisure. It seems like that's where most of the acquisition activity is, where we see a lot more opportunity in the recovery of business travel. I mean, there was a lot of discussion that business travel was dead, was never coming back, and it's already back probably 75% to where it was pre-COVID. So we think it's going to be coming back quite strongly.
How does Ashford promote career growth and develop talent within the organization?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we found has been very successful is focusing less on people's specific roles and really focusing on their talents. And so if you look across our organization, a lot of people start on one side of the business, say finance, and they end up on the acquisition side, or they start on the acquisition side, but they end up in HR. And so given that we are a little bit unique in that not only are we a REIT, but we also have a whole operating business because we manage hotels, we asset manage hotels, we have an audiovisual business, we have a lot of different businesses. It allows us to move people around. So if a certain lifestyle or certain geography is important to them, we've got the ability to move people around.
If you were giving a 30-second elevator pitch, what would you say are the 3 top reasons to invest in your company?
I think the number one is the diversity of the types of assets we have. What we found through COVID was if you were just heavy in just 1 or 2 or 3 markets, that could be a real problem. Whereas given a breadth of diversity, because we both have full service and limited service, we're in high-end top 5 markets, but we also have a lot of regional assets. I mean, there's a lot of markets like Austin and Nashville and Savannah, Georgia, that people dismissed prior to COVID that look like great markets now, and we're glad we have assets in them. I think the second reason is probably the breadth of our team. Again, because we don't just, quote, own hotels, but we also operate and touch all the various aspects of hotels, we are more likely than most to be able to maximize cash flow because we're unique in real estate in that we're really an operating business, not just a passive real estate business. And I think lastly is probably the downside of what we went through in COVID was that it was brutal to our industry and almost ran us into bankruptcy even. But because of that, I think it was a great soul-searching time, and you really figure out who you are, what your team stands for, and what you want to be. And so I think the culture of what we are coming out of this has made us very much stronger and more focused, and I think is going to make us a better management team as we go forward.